Hi students. So we're going to start on making our collagraph printing plate, and I'm going to go over how to make it, some items that you can make it with, and of course the fact that you can make this with almost anything that you want to use. The idea here being that you're going to take a plain board, something sturdy, and you're going to build up textures on it that you will later print and then see what you get. So some of this is play, some of it is deliberate. If you have a vision for some kind of scene that you want to create, you want to think that through when you're building your textures, remembering that the only thing that's going to come from these items that I have collected is the texture. The color will be what I use to print. So when I have my board, for starters, if I want, so this is a corrugated board. See how inside you can see that it's, well, that side's not good to see. There's that one. So you can see that zigzag edge. So this is called corrugated cardboard. And you can peel some of this back to reveal some of the corrugation. If you want sort of like a stripe linear effect as part of it, this would be how you would do it. So I would take this off and push this in, and then you'll get these ridges. I personally don't want it for mine, but that's how you would do it for yours. I have a glue water container, glue that has been watered down, and a yucky brush, because I'm going to just be working with glue. And I'm going to start by applying the glue water to my, let me make sure you can see this, to my board. Relatively small sections at a time, because I don't want my glue water to dry up while I'm putting the items on. So doing the whole board would make no sense. Now here I have some mesh. I don't actually know how this is going to end up printing, but it looks like it might be a cool texture. Put that on. And just for good measure, I think I'll do 2 layers. Put another thing of glue water on here. Now notice I haven't really dealt with all this yet. That's okay. I can choose to fold it over. I can choose to cut it off. And I'm going to put 2 layers right here. Now it's starting to wrinkle up. And to be honest with you, kind of like it. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to glue it this way. And then as this starts to set, I'm going to be able to go over it with a coat of Mod Podge or even 2 coats. You can't print right on this material. The material will absorb the printing ink and it'll peel off and it's disgusting. You really want to have this surface coated. So what we're doing right now is we're building up the textures, and then we're going to coat it with Mod Podge. That will have to dry before we can print it. So let's keep going. I'm going to incorporate some pipe cleaners. These little fake flowers that I found, I guess, leaves, I don't know. Tissue paper's great. You can crumple it. And you don't want it to be too high up, because then, that won't make any sense. Like, your paper won't touch the rest of the collagraph board. But getting some wrinkles, you certainly can do that with. And I actually have some pencil shavings. Like, I just dug them out of the pencil sharpener, because this, I think, would make a pretty cool texture. I'll put the glue on my cardboard, and then I'll kind of pile this on. So I'll let you see how I do that, actually. The glue will go down first, glue water. And let's do some pencil shavings here. Just sort of spread that out. Now, lots of people use things like lentils or, dried beans, dried pasta. I'm not really an advocate for what I consider to be sort of wasteful food, wasting food. But you're going to be bringing items in. So if you want to bring in beans and pasta for your collagraph, you go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you, but I don't really have any intention of providing it. So see how I'm kind of having to pull up the glue on here, and this is catching? You just want to make sure that you get all these sort of stuck down. And once they're glued on and the glue is dry, I should be able to go over this with the Mod Podge. But what I don't want is to have the Mod Podge scoop all this up. I'm just sort of making it stick. Yes, there we go. Get a little messy. Get on there. Now, next I'm going to add my tissue. I'll put some of that over here. And I think I'll put one of these here, little flowers. Glue that down. And then put some more tissue here. You see how I'm just sort of building and playing and having fun? The collagraph board itself can really be a work of art. You should have some fun with this. Your goal here is just to build areas of different textures so that later we can cover it with the Mod Podge and print on it. All right, I'm going to work on this and I will show you how it looks in class.